Welcome back to the Hockey Report right here on TSN Radio. I am the Schwartz. This is
the Heck.
And right now, as we've been teasing this entire time, the brand new father of two, Nashville Predators defenseman and Kitchener-Waterloo native, Kevin Klein. How you doing, man?
Not bad, Launy. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm excited to have you on because the first time we had you on, we had a blast. And now we've just got to, try and raise the bar again. Are you ready to maybe raise the bar a little higher than we said it last time?
I'll do my best for sure.
Well, I understand we're sort of breaking an exclusive here with you. You already have a son, Joseph, and now there is a Kleiner Klein, because after all, your last name does mean small. So Kleiner Klein.
Exactly. We had my wife and myself had another baby boy 3 days ago on the 24th of July. It's still baby X. We don't have a name picked out because we waited to find out the sex, and she thought it was a girl, so she had a lot of girl names picked out, and unfortunately we don't have a boy's name yet.
Can you add an ER to the end of the first name, sort of make it a male name or at least a hockey nickname, or E or Y or something,
I'm sure he'll end up being a Kleiner in the hockey world, so he's got my last name, so that'll be good enough.
We are happy to have one Kleiner in this hockey world, that being yourself, and now there's just going to be more of you hanging around. It's going to be like a Stahl family, maybe. Who knows?
You never know.
So I've got to get into this. Last time, like I said, we had a lot of fun when we spoke. You had the flu. Now you've just come out of childbirth, and my question to you is, women typically have these cravings. Did you have any sympathy cravings with your wife for some food? Did you pack on a little extra weight that you had to justify to trots or something?
No, not at all. It is the off season, so I don't really see anybody from the team until closer to training camp. But normally I don't have too much trouble keeping the weight off. It's more of trying to put it on. I'm still, in that mid-20s where I don't have to worry too much about the metabolism slowing down. Maybe in a few years I'll have to worry about it.
I'm in my mid-30s, and I used to think like that. I used to think, man, I've got this metabolism. I can eat everything I want. And then I was 180 pounds, and I was like, playing hockey 4 times a week wasn't cutting it anymore. I think I got to hit that gym thing or the gym or whatever they call it.
Exactly.
Little Simpsons reference once again. Last time we spoke, I threw in a Simpsons reference. We're having Simpsons reference number 2. Now, we are here in Toronto. And a lot of people in Toronto don't think much of hockey as a sport to do in Nashville. They don't think about Tennessee as a hockey hotbed. They're like, hey, if we lose Nashville, no big deal. I got to get you to put your real estate hat on here. Sell the Toronto market on what Nashville is like, both as a city, but also as a thriving hockey community.
Well, for one, you don't meet too many people that are born and raised in Nashville. It's almost like everyone is kind of like a hub for all sorts of states. So, I mean, everyone I meet who's a fan of the Preds, it's almost like you've got people from Minnesota, Chicago, Detroit area. There's a big plant that moved from Michigan, so you got a lot of hockey knowledge from the northern states down here, and a lot of Canadians too. So it's pretty surprising. How much hockey knowledge there is in Nashville, even though a lot of times you don't get that much credit for being obviously a hockey hub. But the fans here really get behind you. They love the game, they know the game, and the ones that have recently become fans of the game learn it, and they learn it pretty quickly. And the biggest thing I see is the kids that when we first came into the league, 13, 14 years ago, the kids now that, were 9, 10, 11 then trying to get into hockey and may not, it was obviously there wasn't too much set up in, youth hockey. There's really, really good programs now that can compete with the younger kids in, the northern states and Canada. And you're becoming some really good players and young players, which is good to see.
Didn't hurt that former teammate Blake Geoffrion was a Tennessee native and helped bring that legendary Geoffrion name into the Texas. Whoa, I might just get beaten up there. You can't compare Texas and Tennessee, can you? I might get shot.
A little bit. They're pretty different political views too, and between the two states. But I don't think we should get into
that. No. We don't do politics on the Hockey Report here. We don't. No politics. Just hockey. Just fun chatting, talking hockey with the likes of yourself, Kevin Klein. Again, if I need to remind you out there of the Nashville Predators, and now, Kevin, another first, a second first. We have a little segment called the Donnybrook, that being the absolute longest rapid fire of all time. I don't even think I can get away with calling it rapid fire. Do you think I can get away with still calling it a rapid fire?
I don't know. We'll see. Could be slow.
You know what? It wouldn't be the first time I've been called slow. So we'll go with the Donnybrook, a series of questions with Kevin Klein, defenseman for the Nashville Predators, pride of Kitchener, Ontario. During the playoffs, you had yourself some mean facial hair. You go by the nickname Kleiner. However, I thought you looked like Ra's al Ghul from the League of Shadows of the Batman lore. What do you think of the name Ra's al Klein?
Well, it'd be all right. I guess Russian defenseman. I'm not quite Russian, but I jump in the rush once in a while, so I wouldn't mind it too much.
But Ra's al Klein, such a bad dude in the Batman movies. Come on, you had those crazy whiskers on the side of your chin there. I just thought, he's looking mean. He's looking like a nemesis for Batman out there.
Yeah, that's the only place I kind of I almost get the Amish beard going. I can't quite grow sideburns, and it's more of a neck beard, and so I went with a goatee mostly.
Back to your roots in Kitchener, big Amish community there. Ooh, I like how we tie that together. Now, in the playoffs against Detroit, you scored a beauty goal. However, another highlight for you, you robbed Corey Emerton. Who taught you how to make such an awesome kick save with the excellent stick extension?
I'm going to say Pekka Rinne on that one.
Ooh.
He comes out of nowhere all the time and saves my butt, so it was nice to get one for him.
Pex, who's your teammate for at least another 7 years. How refreshing is that? Side track of the Donnybrook there. Yeah,
he's a franchise goaltender, that guy.
And you have your franchise defenseman along with yourself there, Shea Weber.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad we signed him to that offer sheet because to lose Suits is one thing. You could kind of see it coming a little bit, but you definitely don't want to lose Webbs in the same year. That's two top D right there.
But we talk too much about Shea Weber. I'm talking about Kevin Klein. And speaking of you, who has the better mohawk? You, Chuck Liddell, or Mr. T?
Well, Mr. T, he's classic. But I'm going to have to go with Chuck Liddell because he's the Iceman. You don't want to mess around with that guy. He backs it up big time, that mohawk.
I'd like to think he does. It's not like he can go, well, first of all, dude's got a tattoo on the side of his head. Second of all, he carries handlebars better than Wendell Clark, even if I do say so myself. And he's got a mean mohawk. I mean, even if you don't follow the UFC, you got it. I almost called him USC, like he went to the University of Southern California. You just don't mess with a dude like that. In a bar, you're like, you know what? You can do what you want.
Yeah, he's a badass right there.
although your mohawk does belong in that family.
Thanks, appreciate it.
And finally, the last question in the longest quick fire of all times. Have you made up your mind on which Red Hot Chili Peppers song is your favorite? Last time we talked, you were like, well, I like all of them.
No, I haven't made up my I listen to pretty much everything. I threw down Red Hot Chili Peppers as my favorite band because I listen to pretty much all types of music, and that'd probably be, I don't know, the one that first came to mind, but I don't really have a favorite song that sticks out.
You know what?
Next time I'm on,
Kleiner, you're disappointing me. Third time will be the charm. We find out for sure on the record what your favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper song will be. Kevin Klein of the Nashville Predators, now a proud papa of two, baby Xer.
Yeah.
And Joseph, thank you so much for joining us right here on the Hockey Report on TSN Radio. Thanks so kindly, Kevin.
Thanks, Launy.
Big thanks to Kevin Klein from the Nashville Predators. Always fun to have him on.
By far the best second first guest ever.
you're going to have to explain that one on the chalkboard a little bit later.
You got it.
Colored chalk, preferably. And a big thank you to our technical producer, Adam Karsh, and of course our house band, Canada's finest from Windsor, Ontario, Mike Lords and Sauce Funky. This is the Hockey Report right here on TSN Radio. And until the next time, I am the Schwartz.
I am the Hack.
And we'll see you again soon, right here on the Hockey Report. But until then, may the Schwartz be with you.